Hey guys, welcome to my second tutorial. Today I'm going to actually teach you guys how to do a cut crease. Just like the basic way on how to start it, just so you can have like a basis on how to create it. I'm also going into a little bit into why I don't use sponges as frequently as I used to. I'm also going to teach you guys a little trick that I have with foundation. So yeah, today's gonna be a fun day. I loved doing this tutorial today. I felt like the colors are so pretty. If you know me, you know my favorite color is pink. So I had a great time doing this tutorial and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. So I already started this eye so you guys can see what we're going to be doing today. Look how exciting, I'm so excited. So to begin with, I started with this primer by NYX. It's the first base primer. Absolutely love this primer. If you have oily skin, I have extremely oily skin and it's worked really well on my skin. Only thing I could say about this is though, if you want like a dry base, I wouldn't suggest this. Obviously it's a spray, so it's gonna go coat on wet. Also, if you are putting primer, ladies, please remember to do 60 seconds to 2 minutes, just so your primer can set, and once you apply your makeup, it goes on smoothly. For this look, I used two palettes by Beauty Creations. I actually discovered them a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I had to get their palettes and try them out because all their products look really nice. So this is the packaging of both the palettes that I use. This is Vintage Romance, and then this is from Christmas, their Nutcracker. I know it's, you know, Christmas is way done with, but the colors on this is really pretty, so I really wanted to incorporate them in this look. And then I'm actually going to show you the colors on the palettes. They're really nice, guys. Okay, so look at these beauties. Right now I am applying my concealer. This concealer is from Morphe. It is shade C235, and this is what it looks like. I'm actually going to use my sponge today. Now I know I told you guys that I would explain why I don't use sponges, and the answer is simple. They cause too much, they grow bacteria, and sometimes they can grow mold and E. coli, so I try to avoid using sponges a lot. And also they say that you're supposed to change them 3 to 6 months. I actually suggest, if you do use the sponge a lot, that you guys change them quite frequently, kind of like maybe 2 months instead of 3 months, only because like I said, they do get bacteria on it, and if you don't wash them properly and dry them properly, they can grow mold. So you kind of want to avoid that on your face. So for cut crease, just so you guys, it's easier for you guys to like understand like how to start it, you always want to start with 3 colors. So it's going to be your lightest shade, your medium shade, and your darkest shade. So today my medium shade is going to be All Over You, my lightest shade is going to be Amori, and then my darkest shade is going to be Romance Night. And you always want to start with your medium shade. Now grab a brush like this, and you are just going to tap that right there. And when you start, you want to start above your natural crease line and actually tilt the brush a little upward and just start to tap. There we go. And just tap it all the way through. Now you guys know that I love tapping my makeup only because I feel like you have more control and you can control how you build on your makeup. when you blend, I just feel like you kind of lose control and you kind of have to clean it up more than when you tap it. But obviously, you know, whatever you prefer. Just so you guys know, in case it's not like a straight like line like mine, that's totally okay. You can always go back and fix it later on. Don't even worry about that if it smudges on the bottom or even the top. Don't even worry about it because we're gonna blend the top and we're actually gonna clean up the bottom, so you're fine. And also I went a little extra out on the end of the medium shade. If you guys want to do it a little bit closer, you can. I just wanted to be a little extra today. So next you are going to grab a brush like this, kind of like slanted, and then you are going to tap your lightest shade. And with that, I want you guys to kind of tap it. Right now we are going to smudge it up a little bit, prepare for that transition, and I want you guys to kind of do as we did with the last brush. Just tap it up, and eventually it's going to start smudging and transitioning. Obviously when you're tapping, it takes a little longer rather than when you are going in a circular motion. But like I said, this just gives you more control and it like helps you like see how much you're blending. So next we're going to take our darkest shade and we're gonna tap that. And I know this isn't like extremely dark, so if you guys want to go darker, obviously go darker. This is just to show you like the basics of doing a cut crease, just so you could choose any color you want. Just make sure you're going that light, medium, dark. That's basically how you start out. So take that dark shade and we're going to start in the middle and start working our way through the sides. Now this is where I add my own pizzazz. And I take a brush like this, like your fluffiest brush, and you can grab like a lighter color. I want to do this one. This is called Nutcracker. It's actually what the palette is called, but this particular color is the Nutcracker. And so with the fluffy brush, where it's actually I can't talk today. It's meant to blend all this up, but I'm actually going to use it today to blend it and to add a little pink at the top. So here we go. And you just tap that in. Do that. I only show you guys the tapping just so you can see why I do it. Like I said, I do it because it just gives me more control. Only downsides is when you're tapping, it takes longer to apply your makeup and blend it all together, but I'll wait. Unless I'm rushing, then I'm just like, okay. Then you want to take a color like this. It's usually going to be like the lightest color on your palette, and you want to apply that right here below your brow. So pretty. Okay, so next we are going to get the concealer, and we're going to see, I'm like all over the place over here, but ladies, it's literally okay because that is all going to be cleaned up. Okay, and don't worry if it's perfect because we are going to shape it with a brush. So you're going to get like a brush like this. This is from Eco Tools. It's the blurring brush. I like this brush for my concealer. This is like the #1 brush I use when I'm not using my sponges. Love this brush. And we're just gonna tap and tap down. You don't want to, well, you want to tap this and just keep it clean. You don't want to smudge it. So in order to avoid smudging it, just tap it. Now I'm gonna go back to my Nutcracker palette and I'm going to grab the shade, where is it? Gumdrop. I just wanted to show you guys how pretty it is. Love it. I was contemplating this one and this one, but I think I'm gonna go with Gumdrop. I like the whole pink look. So we're gonna grab some of that. And this is the brush that I'm using to grab that. And I'm going to drag it. Tap, drag, tap, drag. Now when it comes to like glitters like this, I usually take only a little bit. That's why you don't see a lot of product on my eye right now, only because I'm actually like scared of using glitter sometimes, only because the bigger the glitter, the more it could possibly get into your eye and actually scratch it. It's happened to me before, so I try to be careful with glitters and not overdo it when I do put them on. And it helps to add a base and primer just so the glitter stays in place and doesn't actually get in your eye. Just a little tip. Now I'm going to apply a mixture of Sugar Plum Fairy and the Nutcracker on my eyeline. So I went ahead and I already did my eyeliner just to save a little bit of time. But a lot of you guys have actually asked me to show you how to do eyeliner. So in the next tutorial that I have coming out very, very soon, I'm going to show you guys how to do eyeliner. I'll actually dedicate a whole video, whole like 5-minute video of doing my eyeliner. Now, you're going to take this brush again and you're going to get that same color, Nutcracker and Sugar Plum. Okay. And you're just going to follow, you're going to apply that right above the eyeliner. Now what I am going to show you guys today is how to apply your lashes. So the glue that I use is Duo. You can get this at Ulta, any drugstore really. And obviously when you put the glue on, you wait your 30 seconds, then you apply your lashes. This I feel like is the best tweezer to use because it's flat and it gives you much more grip when grabbing your lashes and more control. Sometimes your lashes come with like a little tweezer. I don't like those. If you guys ever noticed, they don't really give you much hold and you're always dropping your lashes. So I just feel like you should invest in these. And I know all of you have one in your house, you know, when you're doing your eyebrows. So these are definitely the best type of tweezers to use when doing your lashes. Wow. The way I apply my lashes, I start from the middle and I work my way on the sides. So here we go. So go from the middle. I like to hold it just a little bit. And now you work your way on the sides. There you go. I feel like the best way to do your lashes is the right tweezer and just taking your time. Like start from the middle and work your way on the side of your lashes. And I know I'm repeating myself, but you know, just take your time. Don't get frustrated. Don't rip those things out and throw it on the floor. You know, just take your time. I talked about color corrector on my last tutorial, but I wanted to actually show you guys a new color corrector that I bought. It is from Makeup Forever and it's actually a color corrector and a primer, and I really like it. It works so well. This is what it looks like. I got the one in baby blue. This is the one that is for light medium skin tones, but they have different colors. works really well. I just really wanted to show you guys. It is $34, so if you want something more affordable, the one from Elf works really great. I love the one from Elf. I think it's about $4, $6. Only thing with that one is it is a heavier base. If you remember from my last video, I talked about it. It is a heavier base, so you want to use it as light as possible. Don't be too heavy when you use that one. But this one is very light. I barely feel it on my face. Feels great. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Today I'm actually doing something a little different. I'm applying my concealer first before I apply my foundation. Now sometimes I like to do this when I don't want to apply so much foundation, if that makes sense. Like if I just want to add a hint of foundation and I don't really want that full coverage look, but I do want the full coverage look, if you get what I mean. Like you don't want so much foundation on your face. So I apply the concealer first before I put the foundation, because you still have, now you have color corrector, which already balances out your skin tone, and now you have your concealer. So now with your foundation, you can kind of place that foundation over your concealer. I'm not, you know what, it's better to show you guys than to tell you. Oh, and I also wanted to show you guys how the color corrector looks. It like completely balances out my skin tone. It takes away that purplish grayish look that I have under my eyes. So basically I applied foundation on my forehead, foundation here, and foundation here. Now when you start to blend that in, you kind of just hover over where you place your concealer and blend in. I just feel like it helps you not apply so much makeup as you normally would. Yeah. So you see how I'm not completely going underneath my under eye? I'm just going around it and slightly like blending that in. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that there's other ways of just applying your concealer and your foundation. You don't have to like follow the rules and like there's a specific way to go about it. Like sometimes I even apply powder first and then I put my foundation, because that can actually give you a slight glow but without being oily. So you set your face, you put that foundation, and now you don't really have to set it again because it's technically already set. I'm actually going to show you guys how I do that in my next tutorial. Forgot to mention the foundation I use. I actually use Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation, my #1 favorite foundation ever. Like I said, I have oily skin, so this is literally the only foundation that has worked really well with my skin. Well, not the only one, but one of the few. This is actually in the shade 240. It's crazy because I used to be 250. Guys, look at the difference. Being home so much, I lost all types of sun. It's gone. As you guys know, from my last tutorial, I don't normally bake a lot, only because tapping it in does the same thing. Tapping it slowly onto your face works just the same. But I just wanted to show you guys when I do bake, how I bake. So one of the things that I do, I know some people like to cover this part completely. I don't, only because I don't feel the need to, and also mostly I put powder on because I have oily skin for the most part. But on my face it's weird. So I'm oily here, but once I get like around here, it's not oily. Then back on my chin, I am oily. So when I put this on, I kind of let most of the product get on here and just let it fade out, and then use the rest on my chin. So that's how I bake down here, and then here is just normal, and I put the lightest amount on my forehead, only because when I bake on my forehead, since it's such a thin layer of skin, yes, I get oily, but when I put too much powder, it actually feels kind of like too dry up here because it is less skin here. So that's just a little tip. If you ever feel like it's a little tight up here when you put powder, you don't have to put that much because it's just so little skin. Now the powder that I use today is Makeup Revolution. It's actually faded out bad, but it's Makeup Revolution, $8 in Ulta or any drugstore. This is in the shade Banana. Yeah, you could tell I overused this thing, but it works great. And this is the brush I use to brush off all this powder. This is by Morphe M449. I don't like to use a big brush. I just have more control with a smaller brush. With a big brush, I feel like it can get in parts of your face that you did not want it to, and when it's small, you can just get into like any place. Now for my contour, I'm going to be using my Luxe brush. It is 542 flat contour. This is what the brush looks like. So let's see. And to usually when I apply my contour, I apply it and then I apply my foundation back on it just to give it a more subtle look. But I think today I'm gonna leave it. I want like a more fierce look today, not that much subtle. So yeah, and the contour that I use is also Fenty Beauty. It is the Match Sticks Suede. This is what it looks like, and then this is the color. Now, if you're like me, you are missing eyebrows, okay? I have very, very, very light eyebrows, and I just wanted to show you guys again if you want to know how to do your eyebrows, how to do them. I know some people were still asking me, so if you didn't catch it on the last tutorial, I'm going to show you now. So how I do it is I make sure that I follow where my actual hair starts. So mine starts kind of around here. You don't see it because it's very, very, very light. But yeah, it starts around right here. So that's where I start, and I kind of just start with a line first. And I'm very, very, very soft with it because I want it to look natural, even though obviously, you know, it's not. But I want it to look as natural as possible. So when I do it, I want it to look like whiffs, literally whiffs of my hair just on my brow. So I'm just gently stroking it, making sure that it follows how my eyebrow would naturally look. I wanted to show you the blush duo, also by Beauty Creation, and part of their Valentine's Day collection, part of the Vintage Romance palette that we saw earlier. It has the same packaging. It's called You Plus Me Blush Duo, and this is what the packaging looks like. I feel like they did their thing on this packaging. I feel like it is beautiful. Like it's cute. Like how they did the lettering and stuff, really nice. And then this is what it looks like without the packaging. And then these are the colors. So this is Wink, 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 and then this is Do Me. I feel like they did a really good job. So I'm actually gonna use a mixture of both colors, and I'm going to be using this brush by Real Techniques. I think it's 202. Not sure the number on it faded, but on the back it says Insta Pop Face Brush. So this is what it looks like. I feel like Real Techniques and Eco Tools, I feel like a lot of people sleep on their brushes. They're actually really good. So I'm gonna actually go light on my blush since I wanted to make sure my contour was a little bit more harsh. So right on top of my contour, I'm gonna add a little bit of blush and kind of like blend that in together, making a nice transition on my cheeks. So I don't know if you guys can see it sipping through. You can see that contour really shaping my face, and then you have like a hint of blush just lightening that up. I love a good mixture of a soft color with a hint of that like harshness that you see on that contour. And then a little bit on my forehead. And I love to place some blush on my nose. I feel like it adds that extra oomph on your face. Kind of like when it's like a winter day and your cheeks get so rosy and your nose gets rosy and your face just kind of looks blurred out. Like you guys know what I mean. I feel like that's such a pretty look. Now this lip color is also by Beauty Creations. It is Longwear Matte Lip Gloss in the color 32 Lollipop. This is what it looks like, and it smells so yummy too. I love the smell. So we're just gonna apply that. Wow, such a pretty color. Love it. Wow, that's great. That's pretty. Lastly, I want to show you guys this highlighter that I got from Makeup Forever. I actually got this for free when I bought the color corrector and primer from Makeup Forever. I wish they said what shades they are, but on the packaging it does not say it, and I threw out the box, so I don't even know if that said it. But this is what it looks like. These are the colors, and I really want to try out that highlight. Not a lot of people use highlight today actually. There is a way to show highlight on your face just through your makeup, and one of these days on these tutorials I actually want to show you guys how to do that. It's great. It literally looks like you put highlighter on, but you didn't. You're just using your natural glow and with a little bit of makeup. But you know me, I love a little bit of highlight. I can't get enough of my highlights. So, and I spent too much money on highlights to not use them. So, even though I got this one for free. So, the brush I'm using is also by my Luxe brushes. It's 522 Tapered Highlight. My mom actually got me these brushes. They're really, really good. Love them. Okay. So I apply on my nose and on the bridge and a little bit. nice. I wish it said the colors. I could tell you guys what this is, but they don't. But all I know is that it is by Makeup Forever. We got another idea to add a little bit of extra feistiness to this look. I'm actually going to apply a little bit of color on my waterline. So I'm actually going to do the Nutcracker, and you're going to get a brush that looks like this. This is by Morphe, but it doesn't say what number it is. Sorry, guys. And I'm just going to put a little bit of color over here. Now, don't go all the way to the middle because we're going to add another color in the middle. So just keep on tapping that in. Again, see how tapping gives you a little bit more control. Usually when you are going in a circular motion down here, you'll notice that you have to clean it up a little bit because it's kind of like smudging. So tapping just gives you a little bit more control of what you're doing. And then you're going to go over here in your corner. And with the same brush, if you have a little rag like me, this is Vicky. I call her Vicky. She actually is clean. I'm just always using my brushes to clean on her. Sorry, girl. But you can always use a little rag just so you can get that extra color off of your brushes. And I think I'm going to go with this color right here, Snickerdoodle. Let's see how that looks. And we're gonna go right in the middle. Love it. Love it. Okay, guys. There's the look. I hope you learned a lot today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please be free to ask me in the comments, or if you follow my IG page, you can definitely ask me questions there. Yeah, I had so much fun. Oh, and lastly, just to show you guys what I finished my makeup with, I finished with the Matte Finish Long Lasting Spray by NYX again. This is what it looks like. This spray has never let me down, and again, it's affordable. Just so you guys know, as with the primer, this it sprays, so it goes on wet. So if you don't really like that, I wouldn't suggest using this, but excellent product. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.